I'm John Anderson, and you're watching Mariners TV.
3 massive points, how big is that, do you think?
Yeah, I know, obviously every game, you can only win 3 points every game, but of course when you play the teams in around you, then it has extra gravity, and I think, that is what you class as a big 3 points, yeah.
What did you make of the game overall?
I thought game of two halves for us, really. I thought both myself, Graham, and Brian were just desperately disappointed with our first half performance. Again, given the gravity of the game, we just felt like physically, competitively, we weren't at the races in too many departments around the pitch, which is massively disappointing. But then on the flip side of the coin, we've reversed that and spun that on its head completely in the second half. From the first whistle in the second half, when the front foot were winning personal battles, duels all over the pitch, and although they've had a lot of territory, it was going to take something special for them. I felt to once we got our noses in front, I thought it was going to take something special from them to level it up, because we just had such a steely determination across the whole field, where we just had the bit between our teeth, and we were really difficult to break down. Players putting in last-ditch tackles, winning their headers, covering runs. It was actually a joy to watch in the second half.
2 changes at half time. How big a part did Blair and Walter play in that second half, would you say?
Yeah, massive, but everybody stepped it up. I just, like I say, to a man, I thought in the second half, Callum Ross, when he came on, it was fantastic. Obviously, like you say, you mentioned Walter and Blair, both fantastic. We knew coming into this game that it wasn't going to be a pretty game of football. Never ever was, because of the surface here. I must say, credit to Mark Fell and his team. They have got a lot of spirit, and it was a really good match to watch from a competitive standpoint, and I think both sides deserve a lot of credit for that. We're obviously delighted with the 3 points and heading home.
2 more goals from Jason Gilchrist today. I think that's 15 goals in 14 games from him. How much credit does he deserve for that run in his performance today as well?
Yeah, of course. That's why we brought Jason to the football club. There's not many guarantees in football, but I think it's a surefire bet that Jason's going to score your goals. And look, he's great to work with. He's taking information on board. We're working with him, constantly, and it's always down to the player to take that on board and put it into practice. And Jason's been fantastic, and Sefton was just absolutely different class today as well. I think it's a really good combination, and to have the likes of Lee Mason and players like that in our ranks as well, we're blessed, and so credit to Jason, but obviously he doesn't just do it by himself. Some fantastic play from other players that give him those opportunities. Great pass from Nathan Lowe today to put him in for his second goal. And Jason does what he does best and sticks it in the net.
And at the end, you made a point of going with the fans as well, thanking them for their support as well. A lot of fans came down here. I guess we're blessed to have such a great travelling support as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And we really, really wanted to do that for them today. And they never stopped all day. And look, again, it wasn't our prettiest or greatest performance with the ball by any stretch of the imagination. But do you know what it is? That makes it even more pleasing for the likes of me and Graham, because we know we can football teams to death given the right the right circumstances. But what we've shown today is, against a side who are right up there in terms of not just their league position, but in terms of their competitiveness and their endeavour and work rate and character, because they're a team that's got a good level of character and personality. And again, credit to Mark and his team for that. But we've showed today that we can more than match that, and that is so pleasing to see.
6 points clear at the top now. Obviously, a couple of games on Lancaster, 7 points ahead of FC United. It's important not to get too carried away by this position at the minute. Keep the same.
Nobody's getting carried away. Absolutely not. myself, Graham Bry, we'll talk as we usually do on the bus on the way back. It's like on to the next game. The planning, the preparation starts now. We've obviously got a game on Tuesday, hopefully, weather permitting, against Stockton in the DCC. We'll obviously freshen up the lineup. Again, we've got players that are chomping at the bit. And hopefully players will try and stick their necks out on Tuesday, and then we want to go into Saturday's game again with a headache. We had headaches ahead of today's game. You look at our bench today, it was frightening. The quality on our bench today, and again that served us really well today. And we've got to keep pushing each other. When players get that opportunity to put those shirts on, they've got to really show that level of character and determination. That's the baseline standard now. To show that level of character and determination like we showed in the second half. And if we can do that consistently enough, we will be all right.